Kia should stand for Korea's Improved Automobiles. Now, the Rio didn't make me say, wow, when I got in like the Kia Optima did, but when I looked at the Monroney, I did say, not bad.
This is the all-new 2012 Kia Rio, and it's the brainchild of our design studio in Irvine, California, where our corporate offices are.
The Rio is loaded for a reasonable price. Perhaps most surprisingly for a Korean car, the heated seats actually warmed up enough that I had to turn them down. On other Korean cars, I've actually had to call the company to find out how much the seats heated up when they were in the full-on position because it really just didn't feel warm enough for me.
My favorite part of the Kia Rio? 33. The mute button. It allows me to mute that woman who keeps falling in her kitchen and those kids who want you to donate your car or whatever they want. Simple things make me happy.
Something really convenient on the Rio is this little space to store the transmitter or remote, depending upon what you call the key these days, when there's no actual metal key. While I love the so-called proximity keys because you don't have to fumble around in a parking lot for your key, you just get in and go, it can be problematic if you valet park a lot. With this little cubby hole with an anti-skid rubber pad, it's a lot easier to remember to put the transmitter in there before you get to the parking garage and leave the valet stuck with a car that won't move because you took the remote with you. Something unfortunate about the Kia Rio is that it inherited a bad trait from its cousin Hyundai. The backup camera insists on telling you what type of car you own instead of instantly showing you what's going on behind you. That's particularly problematic for parents who are late for work. It's in the driveway that most of the backover tragedies happen when your kid runs out to say, "Daddy, you forgot something," or "Mommy, don't leave."
This design on this car truly stands out from the rest of the cars in this segment.
In what way?
Well, I mean, just in my opinion and what we feel is that it's one of the best looking cars from every angle. I mean, you got the nice side profile, you've got the nice big 17-inch wheels on the SS package. If you lined them all up, I think my finger definitely points toward, my unbiased finger points towards the Rio.
Another small problem is that when I was getting in and out of the Kia Rio, I realized there's no external trunk release button. Either you have to pull the release before you get out of the car or find the remote and use it to get into the storage area. That's particularly annoying if you're leaving the supermarket with an armful of groceries and you don't know which pocket has the transmitter. There's also no internal trunk pull-down handle or strap. Those things are there on other cars so that you don't get your hands messy if your car is dirty and you have to close the trunk.
I think you should test drive this because, for a number of reasons. One, it's a segment that's growing, and there's quality cars in this segment if you look across all brands. But particularly the Rio, you get a subcompact car with 40 miles per gallon in the highway, class leading, 30 miles per gallon in the city. You get a 1.6 liter direct injection 4-cylinder. You get the 6-speed automatic transmission. You get things like navigation, power folding mirrors, heated seats, things in this segment that maybe necessarily didn't exist 3 or 4 years ago.
The dip switches were a fun choice that made the Kia Rio seem different from the run-of-the-mill economy car. Something else that's great about the Rio is the glass A-pillar cutouts. They help drivers, especially shorter ones, see what's going on around them when they're making a turn in a crowded city. Seeing things like, children, strollers, dogs, that type of thing. The Kia Rio with an automatic transmission gets 30 miles per gallon in the city and 40 on the highway. The 1.6 liter direct injection 4-cylinder engine generates 138 horsepower and will get you from 0 to 60 in 9.7 seconds, according to Edmunds.com.
Another point about it is the sustainability of the vehicle. At the end of its life cycle, 85% of it is completely recyclable.
The base price for the Kia Rio SX is $17,500. The price as tested with the $2,200 premium package, which includes navigation with real-time traffic, power sunroof, push-button start with smart key, and heated leather-trimmed seats, plus another $95 for carpeted floor mats and $750 for inland freight and handling. The total price as tested came out to be a little over $20,500. I'm Grant Winter reporting for Real World Test Drive.